Hey, Mr. James from Charm City Karate here, talking about TUF 19, Edgar versus Penn. Episode 1, guys fighting to get into the house. Usually my favorite episode. I'm so glad they do that. And there's none of that crazy, oh, I got into the house and I'm going to lay around and do nothing. Get a colonic to make weight. The guys that have to fight into the house seem to really appreciate having to get into the house so much more. So, let's talk about the fights. First one, light heavyweights, Spohn versus King. That was awesome. I didn't see that coming at all. King rocks him right away with a big right hook. Boom! Knockout. Dude fell like a cement truck. I guess he should go back to playing football, man. If that Spohn guy can just keep knocking people out, it's going to be an awesome season. And then he makes it onto Penn's team. Second fight, middleweights, Urbina versus Miles. It's a crazy scramble early in that fight. The guys were just rolling all around. It was like a clinic on scrambling and for grapplers. And then Urbina hits a guillotine right away. Bang! It was nice. Third fight, light heavyweights, Monaghan versus Heun. Lots of hand strikes. Sloppy grappling, though, man. I don't know what that was about. Those guys better hope, they can get some training. Heun was much quicker, though. But Monaghan had no quit in him, man. He was taking a whooping. Like he said at the end, ain't never had a beating like that in my life. He was taking a whooping, but he had no quit in him. And then at the end of the round, he gets an armbar wins. Who does that? Apparently he does. So, he gets a win, he goes on to Edgar's team, joins Urbina. Fourth fight, Zapata versus Minton. Oh, he gets a highlight reel. You know what that means? Boring. It means the fight was so long, and all they did was smash face or roll around on the ground and hold each other down. It looked like it was long and bloody, though. So maybe it was just really long, and they just stood in front of each other and beat each other ugly. Zapata gets a TKO in the third. He goes on, joins Penn's team. Fifth fight, back to the middleweights. Good versus Stevens. Long 2 rounds. Good had no defense. 0 for the takedowns. None. He's like standing there going, oh, I fell down again. Look, I'm not a professional fighter, but I got to say if I was, I would work the whole game. You got to have takedown defense, man. This isn't 1992 anymore, man. You got to know the whole game. You can't be like, oh, I can do some boxing. You got to know it all. You got to have takedown defense. You want to be a pro. Stevens gets a win by decision. So there you go. Goes to Edgar's team. Sixth fight, light heavyweights, Stansbury versus Fields. Stansbury had good power in his right hand. He was winning big. And then he blows out his knee on a takedown. He initiates. Oh, my God, he had that nice body lock trip. Boom, down he goes. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, crap, my knee. Dude, that stuff happens, man. People get hurt training like that. You've seen it on Ultimate Fighter if you watch it. Guys will be sparring around. All of a sudden they'll be like, coach. It happens, man. It's a shame. So Fields gets a win by DQ. It's just a buster shame, man. And Fields goes on to Penn's team. So that's the way that is. Moving on to the 7th fight, light heavyweights again. Berzin versus Mumma. I don't know what kind of name that is, dude. But Mumma has no defense. He hits hard, though. Hits hard. Berzin gets the win by armbar in the first round. So I guess he should have had some more defense. And then Berzin goes to BJ Penn's team. I don't know if you're noticing a pattern here or not, but BJ Penn mostly going with the hard-hitting KO guys. Edgar mostly ends up with subs guys. Just a pattern, man. Just a pattern. All right, 8th fight, middleweights. Velokovic versus Williams. A highlight reel fight. Not pretty. Long fight, lots of hitting. First round was close. Second round went to Williams. Third was a TKO for Williams. So really long, really brutal. Too bad we didn't get to watch it. There's a reason it's a highlight reel fight, folks. And Williams goes to Penn's team. Oh, yeah, TKO. Fight number 9, middleweights. Gabel versus Gordon. Lots of strikes. Gordon hits hard. Wins by decision. Dude, you can be on Ultimate Fighter. You want to get a UFC contract. Swing for the fences, brother. And if you don't have a knockout strike, learn to sub guys. Dana signs people that finish fights. 10th fight, light heavyweights. Poppie versus Clark. Yeah, so Clark's boring in the first. Poppie's goofy. I don't even know what's going on, man. And then Clark gets a sub by armbar in the third. So there you go. You know, I don't know what they're doing. Crazy. And Clark goes to Penn's team. Fight number 11, light heavyweights again. Walsh versus Sparks. Got to represent the Irish, man. Got a good name. Fight goes straight to the ground. Kaboom! Bad grappling, though. Just bad. Like, they don't know what they're doing when they get there. Got to train, boys. Dude, ditch the ears and train instead, man. Them polar bear ears ain't making it. So the polar bear taps to a Kimura. The Kimura was sweet, though, man. It took him a long time to lock that in, but it was tight when it got there. And you know what? I think part of the reason he tapped out was the arm the Kimura went on was the same arm he wore out trying that sorry guillotine. Here's the thing. It was the first round still. Brother man trying a guillotine in the first round. Everybody's dry. Ain't no excuse for screwing up a sub then, man. It's not like he was sweaty and he slid out. So anyway, he used up his big polar bear arm, not getting a sub. And then that arm got hooked up in the Kimura. Much harder to resist when your arm's blowed out. So, there you go. Walsh goes to Edgar's team. Fight number 12. Light heavyweights. VanBuren versus Vizcaya. TKO. Ugly, boring fight. Did I mention that VanBuren goes to Edgar's team? No. There you go. Fight 13. Light heavyweights. Anundson versus Anundson. Highlight reel fight. It's a good fight. It was long. Lots of hitting, lots of takedowns. The coaches got to watch the whole thing. So apparently it was a good fight, but all we get is the highlight reel because, you know, it's a 2-hour show. They got to keep it within the time limit. So Anundson gets the win by decision. And he goes to, that's right, Frankie Edgar's team. You know why? Because it was a decision. Fight number 14, middleweights. Strout versus Lima. Yeah, Lima. Yeah, he's related to that dude. That's right. Lima wins by a decision. He has good hands. He hits hard. So there you go. And he goes to Edgar's team. Fight number 15, middleweights. King versus Taleb. Now, if you watched Ultimate Fighter Nations, Canada versus Australia, you already know this Taleb cat. But here's the thing. TUF 19 was filmed before Ultimate Fighter Nations. Oh, yes. So, dude gets whipped in this show, but he gives a good showing, so they let him try out for the Canada one. And if you noticed, the talent level on the Canada one, not as good, so he made that one. Did pretty good too, right? So anyway, Taleb was actually throwing some sweet knees. He was busting that dude up. Busting King up with those knees. And King didn't have no knees. I don't know how you show up for a fight, you don't got no knees. Anyway, King does hit hard. He wins the first round. Taleb has some good strikes, solid takedowns in the second. He slammed my boy. Third round decision for King. Oh, that's only 15 fights. That's right. The 16th fight was this dude, Pendred. He got a bye to get into the house. Because every guy they tried to line up for him either couldn't make weight or got hurt or whatever. So the brother man gets a bye. Lucky. But, oh yeah, and he goes to Penn's team. So did King. But, gets a bye getting into the house, got to fight first. So he's still got to prove he belongs there. He don't make that fight, he ain't belong. I'm stoked. This looks like it's going to be a good season. The coaches get along really well, which is kind of weird, but it's okay. Because hopefully that means they will concentrate more on the fighters, less on the coaches. You know what I mean? Because to me, it's all about, are they good coaches? And let's see some really good talent make it into the UFC. Like Dana said at the beginning of this one, this is the primary way that they get new, good talent into the UFC. This is where the talent pool comes from. So I just want to see good fighters coming out of TUF all the time. And I'm excited to see a good season. Fox Sports 1, don't you mess this up with a bunch of basketball. All right, so till next time, I'm Mr. James from Charm City Karate. I'll see you guys next week to follow up that episode. See y'all next time.